Hi guys, I am back and today I am doing a declutter, which I haven't really done a good declutter in about a year and a half on this channel, but there was a couple of things that were floating around in my collection that for one reason or another I wanted to get rid of. I have sorted these products into two main categories. There's products that I hate, never use because I hate them, don't want to give them away because I think they're terrible, and so they're just going in the trash, and I wanted to vent about them before and like warn whomever watches this before I do so that you can be warned. And then there's products that I like or I just haven't used, but I have currently a little bit of abundance in my collection to the point where I would like to get rid of some things that can be passed on via like a Facebook Buy Nothing group or giving away to friends or something like that, because they are like untouched for whatever reason, and I'll kind of talk about those to kind of help narrow down my collection in a way that's not wasteful, because I'm finding these items a new home. First, I would like to vent about the things that are going in the trash. You may notice that I have a lot of sun in. I went through a phase, my freshman, sophomore year during the pandemic, got really into sun in. It's difficult because there is no way to control how light or dark or where your hair gets light or dark, and I have gotten my hair professionally done. I'm really happy with how it looks. I think it looks really nice, and I will not be screwing it up, and I am throwing this away so that 4 or 5 months from now, when this is starting to grow out a little bit, I don't reach for this. I just go in and get it touched up by the very lovely woman who did my hair, because I really liked her. I really liked how it looked, and I don't want to keep ruining the things, because like the last time I got my hair done and then the global pandemic hit, so then I was like, oh, I don't want to go into a salon because like I can't, so I'll just do this for myself, and then my hair just kind of never looked the way I wanted it to. Don't have that excuse anymore, and I am throwing these away. This, it's like mostly empty, but every time I used it, it smells like, it doesn't smell bad, it smells good. It just smells so strong. Like one spritz and it is all I can smell for like 3 days. I really do not like this product. I'm so sorry. It is the Dry Bar Detox Clear Invisible Dry Shampoo. I thought it was like a minute dry shampoo, and then on top of it, it smells so strongly. This Cargo Cosmetics Wanderlust palette. This is the color story in and of itself isn't anything to like write home about, and nothing in this is like particularly well pigmented. Like they kind of look nice when you swatch them, but they're so powdery, and then like they just kind of like spread everywhere. Those are the two light shades, but then when you get into like these the deep teal and the deep purple, and you go to use them, they get patchy and kind of crumbly. And the mattes, there's like no real mattes, you have these satins. The palette doesn't work well. I tried using it a couple of times and I just never reached for it because I never felt like it worked well. And I got very tired of it after like 2 uses. This Clinique palette, it's the Teddy Bear Quad. It's actually very nice. You can see I've used it a good amount. It's just old. I was given this as like, it was a free gift with purchase from Clinique that my mom got and gave to me when I was like 8, and I'm now 21, so it just needs to go. I have plenty of browns, not necessary. This Hikari blush was a gift from one of my mom's friends. As you can see, this it's like almost the color of my nail polish, but whenever I put it on, even when I have a light hand, I feel like I look clownish. It's just not a good tone for me, and I have even tried it on friends with deeper and more warm skin tones than I have, and it didn't look good on them either. I just think that this has too much white pigment in it to look flattering on deeper skin tones, and I think it's got too much like a bright red pigment in it to look good on lighter skin tones. So I have no clue what to do with this, but I don't want to give it away because I know it doesn't look good on like anyone that I've tried it on, so no mas. It's also incredibly old. Something I got from that same friend who was very generous, but this is old. It was old when she gave it to me, like she'd had it for a couple of years, and this was a couple of years ago. It's this like Wonder Woman MAC collaboration. I have no clue when this came out, but it is like the old Wonder Woman logo. This isn't something that they did when the Gal Gadot Wonder Woman came out. So yeah, it's getting up there. The Catrice Matte Finish Prime and Fine Anti-Shine Fixing Spray smells like straight isopropyl alcohol. Burns, like my skin burns when I spray this. It's not, nope. This Pharmacy Rise and Shine Daily Moisture Look, this I just let sit around too much and it went bad. It used to not be this color, and I don't want to put it on my face if it's gone bad. This ABH Dip Brow Gel dried out a while ago, and I kept telling myself I was going to rehydrate it, and now it has cracks like around the side of it and on the bottom and stuff because it is definitely dried out. So that is gone. I'm going to count that as an empty in my end of the year empties, but why do I have an empty pan? Strange. I'm going to count that as an empty because I did use it until I couldn't use it anymore, and then it went in my drawer, and then I didn't want to throw it away, but I also couldn't use it, and so it definitely was like as close to empty as I could possibly get it when I like put it in my drawer, and then I just never counted it as an empty for some reason. So in my end of the year empties, I'm going to count that as an empty for sure. Then I have all of these Stilas. They're all dry. I have swatched all of them. They no longer work, and I tried really hard with this one when it first started drying out to rehydrate it every time I was going to use it, and they just don't work very well when you rehydrate them, unless maybe you have Inglot Duraline. I was just trying to use a makeup setting spray, and that was not working very well, so I'm just going to let these go. The shades that I got the most use out of were Stila's Kitten Karma, and then the Shine and Glow in Jezebel I loved, and I used this religiously for a good amount of time. So these are all very beautiful, and I will miss the roll, like the beauty of them and the fun of playing with them, but I don't need liquid shadows like this in my collection anymore. Which is why I'm getting rid of this Revlon Photo Ready Eye Art Lid Plus Line Plus Lash in the shade Topaz Twinkle. It has like a shiny metallic side and a glitter side. My friend Carmen, when I would do her makeup for cheer, used to refer to this as the glitter tears one because it flakes and you get glitter tears. or like glitter fallout. She always called it glitter tears. And so that kind of made me stop using it because it got fallout. And then because I stopped using it, I completely forgot I owned it. And I've had this since high school, and we're just going to let it go because it's been like 5 or 6 years. And it's a liquid. It shouldn't go on my eyes anymore. Something that's still, I debated whether or not I was going to get rid of this. This is the Revlon Color Stay Cream Eyeshadow in the shade 710. It's a pretty bronze color. It's still in good shape, like it's still applying well. As you can see, that is really pretty. My main concern is that it is so old. Like, I've had this since probably like my freshman year of high school, so I've had this for almost 7 or 8 years, and I just can't justify keeping it because I have so many beautiful bronze powder eyeshadows in my collection that I never use it. It's not in convenient packaging. It is quite bulky, so it's not like I can say, oh, I'll travel with it, because I know I won't. And it is, I don't want to get a sty or an eye infection by like applying 8-year-old cream eyeshadow to my lid. So this one hurts my heart a little bit. I did like get in there. I don't know if you can see that, but I definitely used a good amount of it, and I really loved it when cream, like bronzy eyeshadows were my jam. And then that's just not where I am anymore, but it is still a beautiful product. It's just huge. You'll never get through it. Then I have the L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadow in the shade Purple Priority. This is a beautiful purple color, but this is not the kind of purple that I reach for. It's too like blue and deep. It looks too smoky on me. Whenever I reach for it, I'm not happy with my eyeshadow because this isn't the kind of purple that I really love. This Bare Minerals Velvet Charcoal, I got this as a gift. It was very sweet. I used it a lot, but frankly, I never go into my crease with just a straight gray. And on top of that, I don't really reach for loose powder eyeshadows anyways. So those two, I just wanted to let them go. Another thing that I want to count as an empty, even though it just kind of, I did the same thing with the Anastasia Beverly Hills primer with this, is my L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Primer. You can see this got beat up. It is dry. It has stopped giving a ton of product when you try to use it. It used to get so coated in product that I have to wipe a bunch of it off in order to use it, and now you pull it out and you need to like dunk it back in to get more product. I've had this for so long. It's then also sat in a drawer for much longer after that. It needs to get thrown out, but it was, I don't know, I'm not a lash primer person, so I have no way of telling you if it's a good one or not. Then I wanted to throw away these eye pencils. I believe this is an e.l.f. No, this is a Wet n Wild eyeliner, like a kohl eyeliner, that I tried to pan forever ago, like 2020, and did not do well with it because I don't like it, and you have to set it with a powder to get it to not smudge everywhere. And then if I'm going to line my eyes with a powder, I'd rather just not use another eyeliner under it. And then these two, I haven't used them a ton, but they're from Ulta. They came in a big set, and they give me the same texture of, oh, this is gonna smudge everywhere. And I have only used them a handful of times, but I just don't have the energy for it. So I'm just gonna let these go, but since I have used them, I don't wanna like pass them along to another person. I'm sure I could sharpen them, but they're also bad. I don't like them, so I don't want to give them to a person being like, oh, I hated it, here you go. That concludes the either I used it and it is too old to give away to another person, or I hated it and don't want to wish this onto another person portion of the video. And now we're going to get into things that aren't for me, or I don't love them, but I don't hate them, or things I can just give to other people that I want to just let go of. I have the Living Proof Full Dry Blast Instant Lasting Volume and Texture Spray. I have another volumizing texture spray. I'm not a texture spray person. First of all, I don't like this extra smell of all that hair product in my hair. This is from IGK. I also don't think it does anything. Like, I know some people can use texture spray and get their hair to look really nice, and I'm not that person. So I have a Sexy Hair Dry Wax Spray. Don't even know what to do with that. I'm not a hair person. I have this extra eyelash curler that I never used, and I was like, hey, it's never touched my eyeball, so it should be safe to give to another person. It has never touched an eyeball, like, at all. This Revlon, this one I wasn't sure about. I have this Revlon Color Stay Micro Hyper Precise Gel Eyeliner in the shade Black. I used the brown one, or Black Brown, I think was the shade of this, over the summer, and I really liked it, and it only took me like a month or two to get to, but this is still in the packaging, and a part of me just wanted to pass it along to someone since I have other black eyeliners that I have no problem using, and there's a lot of things in here that I don't dislike. I may really like them, but they're in the packaging, and I don't want to use them when I have other things that are just like them in my collection, when I could give them away at this point in time. Like, I wouldn't feel comfortable giving this away once I open it, but since it's unopened, I want to let it go. So that's the reasoning for getting rid of this. My mom and I went nuts and bought a ton of the Buxom Plump Line lip liners when they were 50% off for like Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty, and I have a bunch of them that are still in the packaging that have never been swatched or anything like that, and I was going to include these in the finding new homes pile. And if like one or two of them I can't find a new home for and I like the color, I'll hold on to them. So I don't want to like go through the shades or anything like that, because I'm not really sure what of this I will get rid of, but these are all things that I want to pass on somehow. I have these two eyelash strips from Eylure London that I have had for a year and a half and have never used, but I have other eyelashes in my collection that I have used, and so I'm just going to let these go while I still can. These Amazing Lash Studio brow products are in the shade medium brown. They don't work for me. That's not my brow color. I got them in a giveaway from the lovely Serene Wu here on YouTube. And here's another one of those brow products. I'm just going to try and give those to someone with the right brow color. These eyeshadow palettes, the Pop Beauty Light Show palette and the Naked 3 Urban Decay mini palette, I have pulled them out of their packaging and looked at them, but I've never swatched them. And since that they are completely like unswatched, untouched, I wanted to pass these on because this does look really beautiful, like looking at it in the pan. And I know some people really love the Naked 3 palettes. I just have a lot of eyeshadow and I couldn't justify opening something and playing with it a couple times when it could go to someone who would really like it. Another eyeshadow palette that I have opened and used, but this is an example of something that I only used a couple times, is the MAC Classic Cutie palette. I don't think you can get these anymore, so hopefully someone maybe wished that they had picked one up, or they, I don't know, like this kind of these shimmery purples, or it'll go to a small child who wants to play with makeup. I don't know, but that is gonna hopefully go. These were both gifts with purchase. I have the Ofra Midi palette and the Kylie Cosmetics Kylie and Cheers Darling. This is in Sweet Electric, the Midi palette is. Both of these, again, I have so many highlighters and that I love. I just couldn't justify opening one just to play with it a couple of times when it was like a gift with purchase that I wasn't excited about. This Pop Beauty Plump Pout was also another gift with purchase that I It's just a clear lip gloss. This Laura Mercier my mom gave me. It's the mini of their Pure Canvas Primer. I'm using the full size I have of it, and I'm not super impressed. It's not bad, it's just not for me, so I thought I would give away the mini since it's in the packaging still. I am not a tinted lip balm person, so this Bite Agave lip mask I wanted to give away since I've never used it. The Lancome Monsieur Big mascara is still in the packaging. And then some things that got kind of given to me through some family members that came out of subscription bags but are still in the packaging is this Fresh Start eyeshadow palette. Yeah, I don't know. It's from Complex Culture, I think. Then there's the Ace Beauty Blushed Up in the shade Peachy. Kaleidos Cosmetic Muse Skin Pearl Illuminator in something. Let There Be Light, I guess. I don't know. This Pure Afterglow and Mineral Glow duo. It's like a bronzer and highlighter. This Laura Geller New York mini of the Gilded Honey. I know this is such like a kind of like craved after product and it's so expensive, but it's just not my thing. So I thought maybe someone else can try it and decide if it's their thing, since I've used it like a handful of times. This Pixie by Petra blush in the shade Peach Parfait, and the Real Her Not Your Average powder wear blush in the shade Not Your Average, I guess. Again, another thing just came through subscription box, was given to me, but I think I can find new homes for some of these things and people will like them and use them more than I will. So I wanted to pass these along while they're still in their packaging or in really pristine condition so that someone else can fall in love with them. Some of these things, like, I might enjoy. I could definitely see myself playing with some of these and having, like, I'm not saying that these are bad in any way, shape, or form. I was reorganizing my makeup and I was trying to get it to fit into a pretty big under the bed container and it wasn't fitting. And I was like, I need to let go of some of things, see where I'm at, play with my collection, and then see if I'm ready to let go of some more things in June when I move. So that's where I am right now. If any of these pop back up in my collection in a future inventory or collection video, it's not that I decided that I didn't want to get rid of it or like I changed my mind about the product. It probably just means I couldn't find someone to take it and I didn't want to throw it away, so I'm holding on to it in the interim, but most of these I would like to find new homes for. So that is everything that I have for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you were having an incredible day wherever you are and that you found this video interesting in seeing what I hated and what I felt impartial to, so I wanted to find a new home. If you like declutters, I will link my other 2 declutters down below. I did a lip product one that was pretty aggressive, and then I did a nail polish one as well this last or spring before last, so that was a while ago. Those videos I had a lot of fun with and they made me feel really good to kind of clean things out, but this was necessary to get rid of some just random loose ends that needed to be passed along or thrown in the trash. So that is everything that I have for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you are having an incredible, awesome day wherever you are and that I get to see you in a future video. Thanks, guys.